Paul, you're obviously a kid who's from here. To have the moment to sign the first team contract with your hometown Sounders, what feelings went through you in that moment?
Relief, joy, pride. I think this is a great success story for me, but it's also, a big success for the community of Seattle. And it took a lot of people to help me get here, right? And I grew up in the club systems in Seattle, playing for my school teams and CI United and academy here, and got a lot of people to thank. Played at 2 different colleges, went to Notre Dame and then transferred to Georgetown, and I owe a lot of gratitude to those guys, especially Brian Weiss at Georgetown, and then obviously the staff at Tacoma coming back home. They were a big reason why I decided to make this leap myself in the first place. Wade's had a lot of faith in me, and I owe a lot to him, and he's taught me a lot. His staff has taught me a lot, and they've really helped me get here too. So it feels like a success for my whole community, and that's what's really exciting.
So how do you now channel that into having successful impact with the first team? What's the mindset right now, being out there as officially a first team member?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just very excited. I'm excited to be playing with more experience and better players every single day, and to play against a higher level of competition. It's going to make me better. I'm really excited for the new challenge and the fact that the goalposts have shifted again. And there's a new ceiling that's been unlocked. That feels really cool and exciting, and it's a new chapter in this journey that I've been on with a bunch of different people.
It's very nice to talk about yourself, but what is it about Paul Rothrock that just is different, that maybe got you to the point where you are right
now? I think I've been through quite a lot so far. I think it hasn't made a whole lot of sense until I've been able to look back on it, and the road looking back now makes a lot of sense to me. My first game as a pro, as a semi-professional, was with Toronto FC2. Came in the 90th minute, broke my hand. I was out for 12 weeks with a hand fracture, and then going to school, getting redshirted at Notre Dame, transferring. I feel like I've been on a lot of different teams and been on a lot of successful teams. Everywhere I've gone, found a way to win. And I think more than anything, I bring novelty right now. I'm new. I'm fresh. I bring something different to the group. I give the coaches a different look on the field, and I'm excited for the possibilities that brings for the team this year.
Positionally, what do you think you're more effective in this particular group?
They've talked to me a little bit about that. I think there's still a lot to figure out with that, and developing relationships with the guys. I've been with the group a decent amount, so I do think I'm already fairly comfortable in the group, but likely in one of the pocket positions or on the wing. But I've played everywhere as well. Defiance had me playing wing back, full back some games. I've played some games as striker as well. So I think I bring some different options.
How important is having that time earlier this year with the Sounders to feeling comfortable and ready to make this leap?
Yeah, I think it's given me a lot of confidence, and the games that I did have were a lot of fun, and I think that's what's earned me this spot now. But the group's welcomed me really nicely, and ask for their patience as I get to know them better and how they like to play and what kind of passes the different players like receiving and that sort of thing. But I think it gives me a lot more confidence than just coming into the group fresh. I've got a good understanding so far of where I think I can kind of fit in and make a difference here.
Your journey to this place right now, you know, being a youth player here in the area, then going off beyond to somewhere away for college, and then finding your way back. It's a little bit like Jackson Reagan in a sense. Have you guys kind of compared notes at all, you know, in terms of those journeys? I mean, obviously the picture was released yesterday of you and him playing Seattle United. Do you chat with him and just kind of say, like, look at us, look where we've been?
Yeah. I mean, it is amazing when you think about it. I was talking to a couple of Jackson and I's coaches the last couple of days, and you know, Jackson and I met when we were 8 years old, and then we've been on the same team together for 10 plus years. And then, you know, we went different routes in college, and we had different paths to get here, and now we're back together. And you know, Jackson was a big reason why I made the leap here as well. I remember sitting down with him at dinner, and he was just talking about what the experience has been like for him, and he gave belief in me too, of, you know, telling me that he thinks I can make a difference here, and also, you know, his situation and what he's done has given me immense belief in myself too, that, you know, he can do it, why can't I? But a lot of credit to Jackson too. He's taken his opportunity, and I think he showed that the pathway works and can be successful, and I think that's why it gives them more reason to take a chance on me as well, right? I think too, it's, you know, there's guys who are also on the team that have set an example for me. Jordan's one of those guys. I looked at Jordan when I was 16, 17-year-old, and I thought, you know, I'd love to do something just like that, right? Go to college, and then come play for my hometown team like he's done. And I'm excited too to inspire younger kids who are looking to do the same thing, right? Who are maybe thinking about college or not, but who are maybe seeing a different route to the pros versus just signing straight out of the academy. I think that's only becoming more and more difficult as the league progresses and better players come into the league, and you know, the rules in the league change, which I think they naturally will over time. But yeah, it's exciting.
You talk about looking up to Jordan when you were younger. Have you had like a kind of an out-of-body experience at all, playing now alongside him at all?
I mean, I think once the game starts, it's still 11-11.
But even out here training, you know, do you have like a moment where you go, wow?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I scrimmaged the other day, and you know, I'm playing in the attack with Montero, who's, you know, I remember Montero's first game at Central. I think I was.
Were you there?
I was there. And you know, then Jordan, who's been a role model for me to look up to, and then Rui Diaz, who's also a great player. And yeah, it's, you know, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
The rumor has it that you guys kind of dominated the scrimmage with Raul, Freddie, the Amar in the back. So is that how well did you feel like you played at that inner squad scrimmage this weekend?
Yeah, I felt solid. I think I had a good connection with Freddie. He was helpful for me. He was in my ear chatting and giving me little tips here and there. But yeah, we had some really good moments in that game, which was exciting, and something to build off of.
And so what kind of, in your estimation, is like the message and then the goal for these last 10 games?
You know, I think it's game by game. Right now it's how can I help the team with the Atlanta game. And I think it's an exciting stretch. I think it's a stretch that the team has always historically done pretty well in. And I think we have some new energy going in as well with these last couple of weeks off. And you know, Schmetzer said it as well. I think the training's been really good this past couple of days and whatever. So I think it's taking it game by game and building on the momentum of good results as well.
How do you keep yourself from not feeling the pressure of the early success that you've had, scoring goal after goal, anytime you've gotten a chance, and now's your opportunity, you know, maybe not to get that pressure, that you need to replicate that success?
Yeah, I think pressure's a privilege, and you know, over the years I've always seemed to elevate my game when there has been more pressure in those games that have mattered more. I love those games. You feel on your neck a little bit more, you know. This is going to be a different pressure. It's going to be a sustained pressure. but I'm excited for that. I think that's what I've dreamed of having all the time, and you know, I've also dreamed of playing it at CenturyLink in Lumen, and I haven't done that yet, so that's a new pressure.
Going back to a couple things for a couple minutes ago, you and Jackson Reagan, you mentioned having dinner. So it sounds like you two are pretty good friends off the field. How long did that go back all the way?
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know many people who are able to do what we were doing and have done so far. So that's exciting.
What do you guys do off the field?
You know, talk about soccer. And yeah, not a whole lot, honestly. I think when we're off the field, it's chatting about the situation. I think, you know, when you do get away from practice, you want very little to do with everything that's going on. You want to clear your mind and whatever, but it's nice to have someone who you still can chat with off the field who understands what you're going through. And I think he really does. We know each other really well. And, you know, I remember in the first U.S. Open Cup game, he was right there on the bench with me, and that was really comforting for me, you know, going into that game and knowing that he was right there, and he had just good little tips for me and gave me confidence, and he's continued to do that, so I'm grateful to have him.
Any particular advice that you remember from him, especially now in this stage?
Let me think. He's given me a lot of good advice. I think his the biggest message he's given to me is what he's shown on the field. He's shown that he can do it, and he's an example, right? It's, you know, it's like I said earlier. Jackson can, why can't I? And, you know, we're very different players, right? We play in different parts of the game, and obviously the size is a pretty big difference as well. But I think that's what makes us good friends as well. There's sort of like a yin-yang to it, you know.
Last couple for...
On a personal level, who was that first call after you found out that you were signing? And usually when you sign, I don't know, people have maybe a mentality, I'm going to go get a car, I'm going to go do something for my first check. What does that look like for Paul Rothrock?
Yeah, I called my dad. My dad's birthday is this week, and he's been my biggest fan since I was a little kid. And you know, I remember always coming off the field and my dad saying the same thing. You know, I love watching you play, and that's always given me, you know, such confidence and such belief in myself. And you know, he's always been pushing me to reach higher ceilings than even I thought I could get to myself sometimes. You know. I remember joking about him having me try and email Liverpool, you know, a couple of years ago when I'm fresh out of academy, and but yeah, he's had so much belief in me, and it's his birthday this week, so happy birthday, Dad. And you know, and then it was my family, my mom too. They balance each other really well. She's trained in psychology, so she's kind of been like my sports psychologist throughout the years, and then I have 4 sisters and a couple of nephews. I have 4 nephews now as well, so a big support network they've all helped me get here, and they were all the first people that I called. Yeah.
You talk about your history and your little going back all the way to being a little kid. Can you remember the first time you said or thought that I want to be a member of Sounders FC? And in addition to that question, the follow-up is at what point did you then think, wait, I could actually do this?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the inaugural match. I remember saying to my dad that I'm gonna do this one day, and you know, when you say stuff like that, you sometimes feel a little too big for your boots. But I remember saying to them, I think as I got older, and it was always just the next step, taking the next step, you know, and as I was, you know, earlier on in my career was, you know, I want to make high school varsity, right, as a freshman. That was my goal. And then it was, I want to play for Sounders Academy. And then It was I want to go to college and have soccer take me to a school that I might not be able to get into with my grades. And then once I got to school, it's, you know, I want to win a national championship, and after that I want to play professional soccer. And it's just been, what is the best next step for me, and what does that look like? And I think you go through moments of doubt too, where you're injured or whatever else, and that's where you need your support network, and I have that in spades. So yeah, I'm very lucky, and I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
Thank you.